Welcome to the Gambia Football Federation, the boardroom. In this press conference convened by the Events Management Committee of the GFF in respect of the forthcoming African Nations Championship playoff against Algeria, or the match between the Gambia and Algeria, the second and final phase of the playoff. The press conference is convened by the EMC, the body that the Gambia Football Federation instituted to steer the affairs of logistical arrangements for the successful conduct of our home games. The EMC has convened this. I will come to the introduction of members of the high table shortly, because it's also culminating with the reopening of the Independence Stadium after it has been refurbished and given an okay by the Confederation of African Football to host our home games. And in respect of that, the EMC, in its capacity for the general coordination of the games for its successful conduct, deems it very important to talk to the football family through the press with regards to how entry, how logistical arrangements regarding ticketing, sale of tickets, and selling points, etc., etc. Anything that has to do with the coordination of the game is concerned. And members of the high table, that include the chairman, Mr. William Abraham, chairman of the EMC. Mr. Suleiman Sow is the vice chairman. He is also responsible for media and communications. Paisu Samba is a member of the EMC responsible for finance. On the way coming is Colonel Musa Jame, who is responsible for security. GFF security manager Alaji Baji is also in the committee as well, responsible for internal security. Also amongst the EMC is Emmanuel Agompopo, responsible for the ticketing. And at this point, we want to bring on the chairman of the EMC, Mr. William Abraham, who is going to talk about the general logistical arrangements of this game. And when he finishes, we will bring on the Colonel Musa Jame to talk about security details of this game. And Suleiman Sow will cap it off with media accreditation and communication matters. Mr. Chairman, you are most welcome.
Thank you very much. Good morning to everybody, and thank you very much for coming. First of all, I think every Gambian is extremely happy about us playing our first international game after almost, I think, about 2 to 3 years. We have not seen any international football in Gambia. And when I say international football, this means for the national teams, the different national teams, and also clubs. This is something that every Gambian is really, really missing, to bring back our international football back home. I think it has also affected our national teams playing abroad without fans. I would like to say congratulations and thank you to CAF for allowing us. Also to thank the Ministry of Youth and Sports for a job well done. And thank you to the Gambia Football Federation for making everything possible to bring back football to Gambia. Now we have a collective responsibility. It's not only us at the EMC, but the media, the security, the general public that will be coming to watch this game. CAF has only authorized us to use the stadium for one game, for this game. 2 games, sorry, 2 games. And after this, they will see how good we did or how bad we did, and I hope we will do good, because we want our football to come back to Gambia. The game against Algeria, against the CHAN, is the local national team, CHAN team, which has done very well in the qualifiers. And now we have another game against Algeria. And Algeria, if we remember the last time we played Algeria in Gambia, it was a chaos in the stadium. People could not fit in the stadium because everybody wanted to watch Gambia against Algeria. It was a big challenge for us. And it's going to be another big challenge, or even a bigger challenge, because we have good news and we have bad news. But we start with the good news. The good news is that the game is on the 3rd of May, 2025. It means it's like we're almost there. And the game is at 3 p.m. at the same venue, the Independence Stadium, against Algeria. The capacity of the stadium, which is the bad news, has really shrunk from about 20 to 25,000 to now, sadly, 14,219. 14,219. In the past, we sold 20,000 tickets, but people came into the stadium without a ticket. Pavilions were overcrowded, which was beyond our control. We could not control it. But now we cannot have that kind of overcrowding. CAF are watching us very closely, and we are not sure yet, but CAF might send a security personnel to come and assess us and give a report. Although we have Colonel Musa Jame, who is a CAF security officer, but he has told us that maybe they will send somebody down to have a look and see regarding our performance. When I say performance, I don't mean the performance of the team. I mean the performance of us as a committee and the general public. So I would like to give you the breakdown of the different pavilions. Maybe some of you will be interested to have the numbers. The VVIP is not for sale. It's only for the ministry, federation, the invited guests, and also the Algerian delegation arrival. The VIP pavilion, we can only seat 343 people. 343 people, compared to when we used to seat almost about 1,000, 1,500 people in the old days. So this is going to be a big challenge for us, because when we have international matches, we see a lot of VIPs. When we play our league matches, the VIPs, you can count them. And this game is a local CHAN team, local national team. So every club member would want to come and watch. But we must ask for patience. Let everyone know that it's beyond our control. And we cannot joke with the guidelines that we are getting from CAF to make sure that everybody has to be seated. We all pray that in the future we will have a bigger stadium in the country where everybody will be able to be welcomed in and seated. Because football now is not like before, where stadiums don't have seating. Everybody has to be seated. We go to the covered pavilion. We have 2 different sections. One of the sections is called the Alaji Modu Birinjai pavilion, covered, and we can only seat 1,492. And we used to accommodate 4,000 to 5,000 people in that particular pavilion. So you can see that there is a huge drop But the good thing is everybody has your own seat. Everybody has your own seat number. My colleague on my right also will come with more details regarding the seating and the seat numbers. On the left side of the VIP, we have the Alhaji Obi Konate pavilion, which is also the covered pavilion, 1,668 seats. So it means we can only allow 1,668 people to enter to their respective seats. So that pavilion also, we used to sit between 4,000 and 5,000 people easily, because everybody used to stand. Now nobody is allowed to stand. Everybody, I mean, you can take your seat when the game starts. You can stand and cheer for your country, but everybody is going to be on his seat. Then we have opposite scoreboard, which will host 2,598 people. 2,598 spectators. And that means we can only sell 2,598 seats. That particular pavilion used to also host about 4,000 people, or even more, because it was the cheapest pavilion in the old days when we hosted international matches, or even the league matches. We used to have sometimes night matches, the stadium used to be full. We have the scoreboard. Sorry, the opposite the scoreboard is called the Alhaji Omar Sy Pavilion. We have now the scoreboard, which is called the George Gomez Pavilion. And that one will host 2,765 spectators. 2,765 spectators. The biggest pavilion is the opposite the VIP, the uncovered opposite the VIP. That one will host 5,246. And that one is called Alhaji Hussein Njai, the late Alhaji Hussein Njai. All these pavilions have been named after some very important people that have contributed a lot in the development of Gambian football. We have all learned a lot from them. We are following their footsteps and praying that we even do better than them. But these are all people that we should recognize and pray for. So the total capacity, or before I get into that, the media, 50 seats. 50 seats. And that one, there is no chance of standing here or I want to sit on the corner here. It's not possible. And this will include also the international media coming to cover the game, meaning media coming from Algeria, or maybe some individual media houses that have contacted the federation to get accreditation. But 50 seats, and every person sitting will have a socket for his tablet or computer or whatever. They'll also have internet available for them. So these are all new things that have been added to the stadium for the comfort of our media. In the past, it was a big challenge. We saw everybody running around here and there, but now there will be internet for the media and also sockets to plug your laptops or your cameras or whatever you want to plug. So the total seating for the whole stadium is 14,219 seats. Okay? Now, regarding prices, and then we get into other things. As I said, the VVIP is free of charge because of what I've just said. The VVIP are free for the invited guests. The VIP seats, which are 343 for now, but if the ministry is in need of more seats, because of the VVIP is very, very small, we might have to give them the number of VIP seats that they want. So the VIP seating, I urge the general public to please, once the tickets are out, if you want to come and watch the game, go and grab your ticket ASAP. Please, because you cannot call anyone on the game day and say you want a ticket. No tickets will be sold at the stadium. This is one of the guidelines from CAF. No tickets will be sold at the stadium on the day of the game. We want to make that very clear. No tickets will be sold at the stadium, at the Independence Stadium on the game day. The price for the VIP tickets is $5,000. VIP seats is $5,000. Covered pavilion, both covered pavilions. Alaji Modu Njai Biri's pavilion, covered, is $1,000. Alaji Obi Konate pavilion is $1,000 covered. All covered pavilions are $1,000. Opposite the VIP pavilion is $700 per seat, which is the Alhaji Hussein Njai pavilion. It's $700 per seat, which is what we call opposite VIP or opposite covered pavilion. The two other pavilions, which is the scoreboard, Alhaji Omar C pavilion and George Gomez pavilion, are $500. $500 for scoreboard pavilion and opposite scoreboard pavilion. $500. No cars will be allowed to come inside the stadium. This is also a requirement from CAF. No vehicles will come inside the stadium. So, we are not in the position to tell anyone today where people have to park their vehicles, because we know there is a highway and the security committee headed by Colonel Musa Jame will be here any minute from now to explain more about the way forward regarding the security of the stadium. Bottles, weapons, bags, we should not bring them along to the stadium. Please, because, these are all things that can bring us a lot of problems. Sometimes we see if we don't do well, spectators are throwing bottles. So we cannot allow any bottles or weapons coming into the stadium. The other thing is we will have food and water and drinks sold at the stadium inside. Before you go to your seat, you can buy your food or your drinks, water, juices, anything, and take with you. But no bottles. No bottles will be sold in the stadium. Sellers who are interested must apply to the EMC. We will not allow anybody to enter the stadium for whatever kind of food, whether it's peanuts or whether it's oranges, whatever it is. You cannot enter the stadium on the day of the game. This cannot be like before when we allowed a lot of women to come into the stadium. We appreciate them very much. They are our sisters, our mothers, but they used to come and sell oranges and soft drinks and water, and we allow them into the stadium. This time around, we are pleased appealing to the general public to understand us and to know that these are decisions beyond our control. We cannot do anything about this. I love my get reserve, my peanuts. I love my oranges. I want to eat before the game. But this is what is being put on the table for us by CAF for security measures. So we appeal to the general public. We are not saying we are not going to sell or allow anybody. We are saying you need to apply to the AMC for us to give you approval and also to give you a designated area where you can go and sit and sell whatever you want to sell after being inspected. Even the food trucks that will come into the stadium to sell food, they must all go through security, because we cannot take any chances for this game. Don't forget, we have been given permission, and I'm sure they are observing us to see whether we will do well or not. Lastly, I want to emphasize that we are going to be challenged, because every Gambian wants to watch football. Every person in this country living here, whether you're a Gambian or foreigner, wants to watch football. And it's very sad that the stadium has gone down in terms of the capacity. And this, we as a committee, we are going to increase the security presence, because we know that we are going to be challenged with the general public. And that's why we need your help, please, to help us sensitize the public regarding ticketing, that we will not sell tickets on game day, so nobody should come to the stadium if you cannot get a ticket on the days before the game. Please help us with that. It's very, very important. And we are also actually talking to one of the TV stations to see maybe we can show this game if CAF will allow us to show it on TV live, because we know that every Gambian wants to watch the game, but it's very unfortunate for now that we cannot accommodate everybody like before. Even before, the stadium was tight for us. We will have 20,000 people in the stadium, but we will have 30,000 people standing outside wanting to come in. The time of the game is 3 p.m. on the 3rd of May. 3 p.m. on the 3rd of May. So it's a short day, very, very short day. We ask everybody to come to the stadium. There will be a lot of security checkpoints before you arrive at the gate of the stadium. There will be about 4 security checkpoints. My colleague here will emphasize on that regarding the ticketing and how we will inspect the tickets, because these are all things that CAF is putting their eyes on. They're watching us. So I thank everybody, and I will allow Mr. Suleiman Sow on my right to proceed with regarding the other matters. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Maybe before Saul comes, at this point we welcome Mr. Sisi, member of the EMC. Thank you very much for coming. Mr. Chairman, thank you very much for the deliberation. So at this point, we bring on Mr. Suleiman Sow for the ticketing and media operations. It's a media conference, and therefore it is subjected to question and answer. After their deliberations, we'll open the floor for question and queries and inquiries as well.
Thank you very much, Baby. Thank you, colleagues in the media, for turning up on time. This is the new standard that we hope will continue, because your partnership, our partnership with the media is key in the success of our international upcoming games. And I am also thanking our chairman, Mr. Willie Abraham, for a well detailed deliberation of the upcoming game and also inside info of the new Independence Stadium capacity and all. I think he elaborated on everything that needed to be told, and I think during the question and answers, whatever is missing, you guys can actually throw in your questions. Chairman, thank you very much, and thank you to my colleagues in the EMC, our finance guy, Mr. Pasamba, and also Musa Sise here. I can see Andy Arek is also around.
Oh, Andy Arek.
Yes. Yeah.
And Ibrahim.
Yeah, and Ibrahim.
Andy, sorry for missing you out.
Okay, and yeah, another colleague of ours, Mr. Mujai of EFF, is also part of the ANC. I also welcome Mr. Omar Yaju, the president of SAAG, who I will start with regarding the media accreditations. I think this is where we start. It's a continuity of business as usual between the GFF media in collaboration with the SJAG. And that was started by my colleague, Mr. Musa Sise, when he was the chairman then. Now, those are good practices that I intend to continue and continue partnering with our colleagues in the media through the SJAG. So I am urging all the media houses to encourage their staffs to go and register, because if they register with the SJAG, it will make life easier for everyone in the media, and then we have one channel communication, and also we raise the standard, and then we can communicate much better through the SJAG and the GFF media as well. Regarding the ticketing first, okay, the tickets will be color coded, and there will be different color code in each pavilion. So, and also all the tickets will be numbered. We also provide, Chairman said, 2 food courts areas, so that you don't have to go through security again just to get something, or you wanted to use the food court for water or something, and then you don't find it in your area. So that's why they are providing 2 different food courts, which is the uncovered side and also the VIP area, but outside. So there will be caravan, as Chairman said. So some people have already applied. This is a historic moment for all of us, as we know that it's a trial for us, and we are all being tested now. So I think the media is a critical partner in the success of our 2 upcoming games, by helping to sensitize and also positive criticism, and also helping implement what CAF would want to see us deliver as a committee, and also by extending the GFF. So we are looking forward for your cooperations. As we all know, warm welcome, Colonel. He was supposed to be the first speaker before we got, 2 commitments. Warm welcome. Okay. Okay. Regarding the ticketing, okay, covered pavilion, as Chairman said, the VIP area, the tickets will be $5,000 for the VIP. And we have 3 different VIP sections. We have VIP 1, VIP 2, and VIP 3. And VVIP is in the middle. So, but all these VIP areas, the ticket price will be 5,000. And due to the limitations of seating, so we want to make sure that comfort zone for people that come in as VIP members are well looked after, and also they have the privilege of watching the match with full comfort and full facility of what we have to offer. It's a new stadium and it's expensive, and everybody knows how much money has been pumped into the new stadium by the government. So we need to find a way to start recovering and give standard practices. And one of them is actually the prices has to go up if we want to maintain the quality of the stadium, and also so that we can deliver on international games respectively. So for the covered pavilion, the ticket pricing will be $1,000 for the covered pavilion. So $1,000 is on both sides of the covered pavilion. And on scoreboard and opposite scoreboard, the ticket price will be $500. And opposite the VIP, which is the main pavilion, directly opposite the VIP, will be $700. So these are the prices for this upcoming international game. And like Chairman said, we are innovating. We are bringing new innovative way of selling tickets and new innovative ways of also having the media to cover with capacity. So that's why we task SJAG for them to vet their members correctly, and also make sure that they are well trained and well giving the opportunity to actually view the stadium well before the game, so that they will have the know-how and greater understanding on how to cover. The press conference, post-press conference, and after the game will be organized by the GFF media. So for that, they will communicate to the media about how and where and when and who should be part of the journalists to actually participate in taking question and answers with the national coaches and staffs. These are the things that we put in place. I'm hoping that you will cooperate and work with us to the success of and contribute to the success of the upcoming international games. So, Chairman, this is what I have to say, and looking forward to working with our media partners, because he already said that the limited seats that we have for the media in the stadium is 50, but actually we can only allocate 35 accreditations, and that's already been communicated to the SKAG. And I think they are doing their groundwork, and later on they'll get back to us with the qualified members to be seated in the press box. So I thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. You are also chairman of the media committee and vice chairman of the events management committee. Thank you very much for the.
Too many chairmen.
Yes, exactly.
Mr.
Chairman SJAG, I have directed 2 foreign journalists to you for their accreditation. Most often than not, they will call us because we are the people in the game, and the
Sorry.
team we are responsible for accreditation.
Yeah, let me elaborate a little bit on that.
Okay.
The 15 remaining accreditations are reserved for the international media.
Okay.
So maybe we'll ask GS to communicate with the Algerians to see the number that is coming to cover the game.
Okay.
So, and also there will be 3 press boxes reserved for commentary for the assembly. So those will be allocated with the media houses that we identify to do commentary, live commentary as well. And chairman potentially said that there is also possibility, because we know that the tickets will be in high demand, and those who cannot attend, will be given the opportunity, possibly with CAF's approval, that we'll show them on our local televisions, and we are negotiating with them on how to go about it. So I think I will reply.
Thank you for that clarification. And with regard to the pre and post match interview, we will the GFL leader will communicate that, and that's going to be held at the conference room of the Independent Stadium. But we will communicate that to members of the press. At this point, Colonel, you are most welcome. He's the one responsible for security, CAF security liaison officer for the GFL, and member of the EMC. Colonel, you are most welcome, and you can go ahead with your deliberation.
Thank you.
You are the most welcome.
The chairman of the EMC, members of the EMC, our friends from the media fraternity. I am Colonel Musa M. Jammeh, the security liaison officer for the Gambia Football Federation, and also the CAF safety and security officer. I also double as the national safety and security officer for the federation. It is a pleasure to be in this meeting today. First of all, permit me for being a little uncultured, in the sense that normally securities are mostly applauded for being very timely. But this time, that didn't work in my case. I have to jump out from one of the meetings to come and attend this very important meeting. We know what is at stake. I don't think I can, or I should really emphasize the importance of this upcoming game for us. And as a result of that, the security and safety component is one of the most important elements as far as match delivery is concerned at CAF. And based on that, we have decided to take a paradigm shift from the normal way of doing things to the required way of doing things. And the required way of doing things is in conformity with the CAF safety and security regulations, which has been promulgated in 2019. And it has been rolled out since then in all official CAF safety and security matters. Now, in line with those regulations, as a security subcommittee, we have conducted the risk assessment of this match. And we concluded that this would definitely be beyond, a low-risk match, in the sense that we have not played in this stadium for a long time, and almost everyone is looking forward towards, coming to see the new look stadium. And that means, we expect to see, a huge crowd coming to the stadium. The assessment also was based on the fact that, there is a new protocol that is coming, that is a new way of doing things. So if people are not, really, they don't really understand what is ahead, then we will face those that challenge, because we are now moving, from one direction to a new direction. So because of that, we have started our planning and preparations in earnest. Yesterday we conducted our first recce, or we call venue recognitions, to familiarize ourselves with the operating environment, so that our plans, can fit what the environment dictates. So we are almost on the verge of finalizing the plan, and we will come and do a simulation or a test run to see how it will pan out on the D-Day. So we have also looked at the force composition that is required to deliver this match in accordance with the regulations. There is a shift now in CAF in terms of match delivery from a combat posture safety delivery to a very friendly one, where you don't want to see too much uniform and combat ready kind of forces around the stadium, but something very friendly, but of course very protective. As a result of that, we have identified about 5 elements that will be present on the D-Day. The main effort will definitely be the paramilitary unit of the police force. We'll have the general duties, we'll have the steward wing, and mobile traffic, and possibly having a component of the Republican National Guards, to reinforce the paramilitary in case of need. That is basically the security component. But of course, there are other areas where the fire and rescue services, will also be involved. Now, the new security arrangement will try to control the access areas to the stadium. Most of the incidents that happen in world football, particularly in Africa, has to do with failure in access control. And if those controls allow crowds to build up to the entrances of most of these sporting events, that is where those choke points exist, and then stampedes and all whatnot happen. So the new thinking or the new teaching is that you have to secure what they call the last mile, meaning approximately up to a mile or thereabout to the entrance to the venue must be well secured. Secured in the sense that you have to sieve between those with the required accreditation generally, of course including tickets, to access that area before eventually getting into the venue itself. So in our case, you will expect to see, right from this main road, going out to the other access to the hostel, and on the other side, Bakau end and the others, we will definitely have a blocking force, so that it's only those with the accreditation that will have the access to walk around there before you even get to the access to the stadium itself. And this will apply to vehicles. It will apply to any other person who's coming. So it means if you don't have business at the stadium in terms of having a ticket or show, we will not even allow you to access that area. So it is going to be something new, but I bet once it is implemented, you will see how effective and efficient it will be. And of course, it will ensure that we will deliver this match in a safe and secure manner. And some of the security measures that we'll be taking is that there'll be zero-site regimes, meaning apart from just looking at your ticket or show, there are things that we will look after, dangerous items we call them. Anything that can cause harm to anyone, around the stadium. The police and the other securities will have the necessary apparatus to test, to check on those things. And if you are found wanting, the general police will be there, to take you through the required laws of the country. I will also look at the ticketing and accreditation bit of it. I know the EMC spoke about them. Our interest is that there are basic features and information that is expected of a ticket or accreditation to a CAF safety and security match. And they will have those things in the ticket. We don't expect those tickets to be very prone to counterfeiting and all whatnot. And those tickets also should be easily verifiable. And we don't also expect tickets to be duplicated, because there's going to be an alignment between the ticket, the gate number, the dormitory number and the seat number. So if the possibility of counterfeiting is very highly likely, then it's going to make the job very, very difficult, and it's going to pose a threat to the number of people that may enter the stadium. So that bit of it, we will elaborate that more with the EMC, but we will not, as a security, take it lightly with anyone who comes or who is found wanting with any ticket that has been manipulated. In terms of accreditation, I've seen a couple of them here before, but I can tell you those are, we are compromising them a lot. This time we're going to standardize. And standardizing means the accreditation will be in line with the CAF accreditation system, which comes all the way from 1 up to number 10. I know most of you are very familiar with the number 5 and 6. Didi, your people. That's your baby. Okay, but then there are other numbers which are very important, which we will look after. So the numbers are there to direct you to where you are supposed to be. If the number on your accreditation is number 5 or number 6, means that it is only number 5 or number 6 where you are supposed to be. So if you want to go somewhere where your number is not, then the security will definitely stop you. So let us be mindful of those things. And not only those things, at some point, depending on our assessment, if there is need for what they call supplementary access devices, if there is need for those things also to be created to reinforce the accreditation, we will. Meaning, for instance, if you have the accreditation, number 5 or number 6 at some point, but at a particular hour, a supplementary accreditation device may be activated. For example, if it's 1 hour before the match, we want a bib or something to be around you, then at that time you must have it. Otherwise, if that is not there, your accreditation alone will not allow you to be there. You understand? But all those things will depend on once we continue our assessment, and if we realize that definitely the need to put in those things, we will do them. So in general, when we looked at the stadium, our recognitions dictates us that we have a stadium that we can implement the CAF safety and security protocols pretty much easy. But it depends on the collaboration of all of us. More sensitization, but compliance. From my previous experience, with due respect to the journalists, very compliant, but sometimes some of them are very aggressive, especially when it's almost time to kick off or the like. I am appealing that you help us so much in that. Let's really respect these protocols. And in our case, in this stadium, if you look at the media tribal, you see that one of the gates, you will be sharing gates with spectators. And in an ideal setting, you don't do that. You don't mix, different parties, particularly the media from the spectators. So we try to devise, some barriers around to segregate, the spectators from the media once they are coming in. But at some point at the gate, you will, you'll all be moving to the same point. So here, we have to exercise some bit of patience and bear with us, because they just try to, create something for you at the stadium where normally it should not have been at that place. So in general, these are some of the security protocols. We will also be, apart from the tickets, there's something we call vehicle access passes, VAPs. For some of you who may be using your vehicles, I'm not very sure whether you will be VIPs or what, but you must have a VAP to access you to the stadium. And on this particular day, we only have one access to the stadium for vehicles, one access. The other access will be for match officials. The main access, that is the VIP gate, is where we will allow vehicles to go, and they will only go with VAPs. Is that understood? So the VIP has to be with you and the right ticket or accreditation to allow you to get through that pass. Otherwise, it's only the officials who will come through the hostel gate only. So baby, thank you very much for giving me this time, and I'm sorry for taking much of your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Colonel. Mr. Chairman, at this point we turn the baton to members of the press. Questions, inquiries, queries, doubts, and anything that they also have in addition to the deliberations that you...
Can I just add?
Oh, yeah, you can go ahead. You can go ahead. Yes.
Before they start, the club presidents will be invited to be seated at VIP. The club presidents will be invited. The regional associations heads will be invited, and they will all be issued with a VIP ticket and also an invitation card. We want to emphasize that one card is for one person. One card has your seat number. One card is for one person. So if you want to bring your children, or your friends or your family, please bring them to the stadium. We are not stopping anybody, but every ticket is for one person. If you are seated at the VIP, You have an invitation for the VIP. Is one card for one person. If you are seated at the VVIP, is one card for one person. Every seat has a number. Whether you are a VVIP or you are a VIP or you are just a regular spectator, you cannot bring your kids to the game because they don't have seats, especially for kids. We don't have that. So the ticket is for one person. Please, we will open the gates for entrance to the general public because we all know that the game is at 3 p.m. on the 3rd of May. 3 p.m. on the 3rd of May. We will open the gates as early as 9 o'clock in the morning. And my good brother here said there will be a lot of security measures. So let's come early to the stadium. We are appealing, please, come early to the stadium. We will have drinks, food, and we get ready to cheer up our boys. We are also expecting the Scorpions Fans Club, and they will also be issued with individual tickets. And please, everybody must respect this, because tomorrow, on the day of the game, Mr. Colonel Jame here and his team will not compromise anybody coming, whether you are a club president or you are whoever you are. Please, we are appealing, and it's going to be stated on the card when you receive it, that this card is only meant for one person. So in the past, we've had the experiences of people taking their tickets, taking it out to the street, selling it, and other people coming in with it. This time around, you cannot do that. Because if you are seated on A56, A56 maybe is my seat, I'm sitting on it. I take my card and go and sell it to somebody in the street. That somebody will come in and find me seated. And also, we have some security measures on the tickets. One, it is scanned from the main road where you will walk into the stadium. That QR code is there. If you come back with the same ticket and it is scanned again, it will show that this ticket was already scanned and the security personnel will do their job. And this is something that we cannot control. So please, do not buy tickets from the streets. We will announce, hopefully by Monday, the selling points of the tickets. We are in negotiation with few of the companies that are doing this online money wallets and things like that. So please, do not buy tickets from the streets, because maybe it's a forged ticket with a QR code and all the other security measures, but when you come at the gate, the QR code will not work and you will not enter the stadium. This has happened in the past, but please, again, I want to emphasize to the general public, and we please ask you, the media, to assist us with this. It's very, very important. So the selling points we will announce when we will start selling, hopefully the 30th. We are working on the 30th of April to start selling the tickets. And the selling points, we will ask GFF to come out with the points as soon as we agree. We should have been able to tell you today, but we all understand that this approval from CAF came at the last minute, and it is not a small job for us, the EMC and the local organizing committee and also the security personnel. This is going to be, I mean, the biggest challenge for us, biggest. So we are appealing to the general public, please, to assist us, to understand us. I mean, I've already seen some negative things about the ticket prices on Facebook. People have started to attack, but this is expected. But let's be patient. Gambia government has put a lot of money in this stadium, and now it's left to us as a nation whether we want our football to continue in peace or we want other sanctions from CAF. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So let's go with question and answer. Nani?
Thank you. My name is Babukar Nani. I was going to ask about the selling points, but if talked about them, and we're waiting to see where Gambians will get their tickets as the game approaches. As you rightly mentioned, the comment sections right now, everybody's complaining about the ticket price. Gambians have missed going to the stadium for years now, and we're expecting, at least for the comeback, to be cheaper for the public to access and come and watch. We know football is expensive, and it costs huge to renovate the stadium. Is that the basis of tripling or more than 200% increment of this ticket price? You know, I mean, because I know this will be the talking point for the next community game, a CHAN game costing $5,000 for VIP, 1,700. You know, it's just something else that you guys need to tell us. How did you come to this agreement, you know, of reaching this price? And to the head of the media team, you have 35 seats have been allocated for the local press. But I'm not also sure if you have factored in the photographers who are expected to be down. How many would you give us? Because I know we'll also face challenges from our end, you know, as to the number of press coming in. Already we have more than 70 applicants. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. C. Regarding the prices, the last time we had a Gambian match in the stadium was almost about 3 years or so. Correct?
Yes.
We had about 1,500 to 2,000 seats to sell at the VIP, and they were all sold at 1,000. Correct? You agree?
Yes.
Okay. Now we have 343 seats to sell, and amongst those 343 seats, we are going to allocate seats to all the club presidents, first and second division, and all the associations, including the regional associations. I said it earlier, correct? Now, where is the revenue? You are going to be left with maybe less than 200 seats that you have to sell. And let's be honest, my brother, what is cheap today in this world?
Yeah, football is expensive. Yeah.
Football is expensive.
Very.
And you said it yourself. You know football is expensive.
Yeah.
You are running football.
But the capacity is small.
You are running exactly.
The capacity is reduced.
If you make it $1,000 as it used to be, don't you think you're going to have everybody wanting to come and sit in VIP?
Are you using that as a baseline to punish Gambians?
No, we are not punishing anybody.
Yeah.
We are not punishing anybody. We are talking about the VIP. This is the VIP. And that's why I said we pray to God to give us a bigger stadium that we will be able to make it cheaper and accommodate everybody. But as of now, we are challenged, my brother, from 20 to 25,000 seats. Now, less than 14,000. Because this 14,000 I mentioned, you have to remove the VVIPs, you have to remove the seats. It's not like before, where I would bring my child and make him sit near me because I had the chance of coming into the stadium for free. You cannot do that. We're trying to move ahead, especially this is a test game for us, for Gambia. We want to be able to play all our games in Gambia. Nani, people are hating us every day about not playing matches in Gambia. So please, we are appealing
So you want
to
to
the general
restrict, you want
public.
to restrict it? So.
From now on, it's business as usual. Otherwise, we don't play matches anymore in Gambia.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't you want our games?
No,
No, sorry.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Regarding, thank you, Nani. Regarding the photographers, okay, they will be accredited, and then we will work with the SDAG, like I said, to see how many photographers you have to be working with within the perimeter area, and then we can discuss and see how they can be accredited. But those are strictly for photographers. Yeah. That is different from the
Yeah,
parliament.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Who else has a question, a doubt, a query, or an addition to this angle?
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning. I'm with freelance. My question goes to the Vice Chairman. You talked about allocating about 3 boxes for a commentary on that day. We know that we have missed playing at home for quite a long time, and the stadium capacity has reduced. A lot of Gambians will want to come in, but I'm sure there are so many that will not be able to come in. And they will be relying on the TVs and radios to be able to listen to what is happening. And I'm certain we might have more than 3 radios that will want to comment again. How will you try to make sure we get a very good media to ensure that the games are really live? If, for instance, you have more than 3 that will want to carry the game live.
Thank you, Amadou Tamba, and it's good to see you. It's been a while. Yeah, it's a good question. The 3 boxes that we have, one of them goes to the national broadcaster, naturally. And the other one, it will be allocated to whoever will be covering live, be it the national broadcaster, then we will be left with another box. But if at all, if it's a different media house, then they will be the ones who have the priority to use that one. And it's only left with one. So we just see who are the most active, and then I'll work with the SJAG once again, and then to see the most active radio station. It's unfortunate that it's only one that can be allocated for radio stations, but others can actually link to that radio station, so we can talk about it, and then pundits can be invited to the SJAG. Let's work as a family, because we have a small size media area in the stadium. So we have to really accommodate each other and see how we can work together. So does that answer your question?
Thank you. Who else has a question?
There was a comment in regards to security. Let me comment with Mr. Gambe. With regards to security, in most of the time, as we said, this game is a test for the Gambians. At international level, there is a specific time that is allocated for, let's say, men and women from the press to get the stadium on time. If not, gates might be closed. Do you have a designated time to say before this amount of before this time we want everybody to be at the stadium in order to avoid the rush? Because you might come in and be like, I'm a journalist, I want to go in, whilst the gates might be closed at the time.
Okay. Well, for now, we haven't gotten anything like that. But if you look at the way this is going to be organized, you have a stadium with a specific capacity, and the ticket and accreditation is going to be prepared based on that. This arrangement with the access control that we put in place, we will have easy flow on that day. The design will really make you, go through it in a way that is systematic without any, hustling and fussling. You understand? And whether you come, 3 minutes before the match, you will only miss maybe the minutes before that. But at least because you have the accreditation, you'll be able to, flow in, easily. So for now, we don't want to create a situation where, when you state that at this time gates will be closed, that will also put some pressure on people. You understand? Yeah. But what we can confirm is once you get the accreditation, you will, get your seat.
Exactly. Thank you. Maybe what I would add there is normally stadium gates are not closed, except for matches that are played behind closed doors. And hence, we are media practitioners with accreditation. So our job is coverage. We give a comprehensive and befitting coverage of the activities that happen there. And that is why it is important that it's not only the ball-by-ball performances that we carry, but there are pre-match events, there are during the match events, and the post-match events. So we go in earnest to be able to access the tribune where we're supposed to sit. And like he said, there are limited seats, and the stadium is now being reduced, the capacity is reduced. So it's important that we go as early as possible. Yes,
You see, I've also observed something here with regard to the media. The media tribe, where it is, to access the conference and where the conference will be. You know, the link is not easier.
Yeah.
So those of you who will be attending the conference, you know, we have to, you know, design a way for you to work in there. So here also we need your cooperation because there'll be a rush, people wanting to go to the conference zone. Yeah, so maybe if you have a head, I think they have a head, right?
Yeah, because there is-
So perhaps on the day of our rehearsals, we may need him there, you know, so that we will show him how, you know, we will go around those things. Thank you.
Thank you, Conan.
I still have.
Let's allow him.
Yes, thank you, David. My name is Umaru Jaji from Foreign Newspaper. My question is to Chairman. During your deliberation, you mentioned that bottles will not be allowed, but there will be foods and drinks inside. So these things,
Plastic.
will it be plastic or bottles? And if
The drinks are all going to be in cups. I said it when I was talking. I said that the drinks will be served to the clients in paper cups. Yes, no bottles, meaning like we are not allowing any plastic bottles to enter the stadium. Anything else?
Mani has a follow-up.
Yes, still follow up on the 5,000 ticket. You know, you guys are organizing. I mean, you're the MC. You'll have a local organizing committee. You know, people will buy tickets, and somebody outside right now will be like, oh, JFF will be rich again. You know, but we know the stadium is renovated by government. You know, what is the arrangement between you, the organizing from the JFF part of it, and the government? Is it on share basis, or is money coming 100% to JFF, or is going to government?
It's business as usual, I think.
How do you mean?
Meaning the stadium gets a percentage and the GFF gets a percentage. And maybe I get a percentage in my pocket.
How much are we talking about? How much is going to the stadium and how much is going to JFF?
And we don't know what is the arrangement between the stadium. We don't know
It used
what
to
is
be
the arrangement.
it used to be 35.
I don't know what is the arrangement, or the EMC is not privileged to that.
Okay.
That is between GFF and the ministry. The ministry might say they are the ones spending all the money, they want our money, they want their money back. I don't know what is the arrangement.
Okay.
That is.
Now, I ask this question because
Yes.
many will be like, oh, JFF, I'm not.
That's why I'm saying that maybe yes.
It's a good question.
Yes.
It's a good clarification as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't know what is the arrangement between the
Yes.
GFF.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Contribution.
Thank you.
I think Nani asked a very important question regarding the question that really clarified now. It's important that we clarify. But I want to also make this point very clear to colleagues. I mean, the EMC made it clear from the beginning that it's not the media that is affected. The stadium has been resized. There's a new capacity that has been in place. So there's a massive reduction of capacity. So we have to understand this. The only point that we need to work closely with the security people is the after the game, because most of the time colleagues do face issues going to access areas to conduct their interviews, even though showing their press cards or accreditation cards. So I think it's important, Mr. Jammeh, you highlighted that, because if you are given the green light to cover a game, even though there's an area that we cannot access, but area that the journalists are privileged to access, we should be able to access, and on time. Not only access, but on time. So we can work around that. For the international media, it's good that Sabibi brought it up. That is squarely on the GFF, according to Mr. Saul, to decide on that. The 15 slots for the international media, that you are going to take care of that. For the 35, we are on it, and by the end of the day, we should be able to conclude on exactly how do we go by. I know it's going to be difficult, but we made it clear from the beginning that this is the situation at hand, and that it's not anyone's decision to say 35 by first, but this is our responsibility and is meant for the greater good. So at our end, we have to deal with it, no fear or favor. But the security-wise, when we are giving the accreditation, we should also be able to to have access to these venues on time. So I think those were the points that I wanted to.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you very much. I think the Colonel has taken note of that. On the match day, we'll continue to collaborate and work as a team on funding.
Okay, Billy, let me ask this question.
Yes.
Because it also borders with the media. Normally there is official training that can be covered by the media. That is match day -1. If CAF decides that they want media coverage on that, you have to make that arrangement, and the numbers have to be known, for them to cover it. So, and we know that most of them will want to come. So if it's going to happen, please try to arrange that, because for us, we will still go by, the rules. We have to get those things and be able to cover it. Normally, it's a very interesting one, and that people like to see, because it hypes the match before the day itself.